Colombia is a country in which variety of flora is found, since all of cultures can appreciate the kindness of the people and as them themselves they make feel the tourist as in-house, where the multiplicity of tourist aspects that this country possesses is a place that is located in the south-oriental part of Boyacá, municipality in which they find attractions of at the place for the delight of the tourists can observe historical aspects as the birth of the civilization Muisca, the fact that there was debate to achieve the independence of Colombia. All aspects spy as the gastronomic multiplicity that this one to go well together possesses. This site has as name ramiriqui. Is a small settlement that talk in doesn't possess the recognition owed that for his tourist potential is a place that we must know. Ramiriqui municipality is located in the central part of the Republic of Colombia, to the south of Boyacá department, to a distance of 27 Tunja kilometers. The capital of the department from the where it comes near happening for the municipalities of Soracá, Boyacá. The above mentioned road continues towards Miraflores and Legupa province of Tunja equal way. Dividing for Soracá, we enter for Viracha road. Continuing for this narrow road, we will come to the population of Ciénaga, for finally to come to Ramiriqui, for Yupar Western, and the first thing that we see at the entry is the image of the Virgin of Fatima and the whole panorama of the people. From Bogotá, it comes near taking the road that goes towards Tunja, and in the side of Tierra Negra, it turns aside towards the IAS crossing for Genesano. Ramiriqui for having a geographical strategic position, and for being a municipality with some developed infrastructure. Supports across his commercial activities a few socioeconomic relations with his neighboring municipalities, who help to supply the pantry of agricultural and cattle products for the department of Cundinamarca, Casanare, and Santander, between others. It is outlined for Beint Marquez province. It tells the history of Ramiriqui. From the raising of the first temple in 1541, the monk Pedro Duran, Dominican, did the adornment of the people that existed in the site called Baganique, the place where nowadays of finds Ramiriqui locality. Do the nascent hamlet in May him the chef's name Ramiriqui, last chef of much populated, where it was baptized in 1541 by monk Pedro Duran and Diego Mancera, the last one of chefs of this indigenous population called till the Ramiriqui, and in forward he would be called a Pili Ramiriqui, owner and master of those lands. The act of Ramiriqui Foundation was celebrated in full Christmas in 1541, presided by the Reverend Monk Pedro Duran and Diego de Mancera, that came after the conquering day. Their day informed at open-air mass with Christmas festivities was produced happiness to the competing ones. The priests wanted to honor the place in which they had baptized so many people, founding a new population and giving the name of the chef, owner and master of those lands. Other one of the economy activities that are realized in this municipality by the craft. The craftsman boyacense is an artist of the daily life who makes bloom the former wisdom and the immemorial soul of his ancestors, turning them into poetical objects, to the magic touch of his hands with the humble miracle of clay and another dreams of the land, that transform the captivation of the intimate work into expression and plastic testimony on ingenuity, perseverance, and creative spirit. The craft at an admirable meticulous labor patience, sensitive and dreams of these creative people, interior of the rich traditional farera of the Muiscas. In his creative impulsive the utilitarian concepts in mixed by a playful dimension and sometimes an aesthetic personal intention that comes out the limits of the handcrafted thing. The possibilities of choice are infinity between ornamental objects, jars, jewels shops, toys, profane and religious figures, basket making, fabrics, miniatures, between others. The population is placed in a picturesque plateau with a slope inclined towards the river Guayas. In general, ramiriqui geography presents a geomorphologic conformation where they predominate over the soils of slope, abundant forests, hanging forests, superficial, fragile soils, and of low fertility, and predominate over the small holdings. Ramiriqui is one of the principal places of agricultural development of Marqués province and in general of the whole department. His commercial activity is also very dynamic and important. As for his agricultural development, his lands produce maize, eats, aracacha, ibias, turnips, vegetables, beans, between other products. The cattle sector is also strong and noted. Cattle grows up as caprino, equinly of mules, asinali and wool. It heaps subsoil and finds deposits of emerald, limes, plaster, sands and coal. Other important lines of his economy are the crafts and the development of small units of familiar production. We find an old page inside the music that there is listed Torbellino, Guavina, Bambuco, un aguardiente de caña, and Pasillo. Rumba and vals criollo, the skins of Hispanic origin as the instruments or ropes with which they are interpreted, are paced with variant slow and fast, melancholy and festive, instrumental, vocal and versitos. Other eyes of this musical expression are San Juanito, pace derived from the Torbellino native of Motivita. Rumba, Venezuela national dance and passage for influence of the soul of Santander, these musical structures and rhythmical bass of the dance folclóricas. Inside the festive activities that they realized inside the small people we find employer holidays. The holidays are celebrated in December, as well with the festival of the sorbo and arepa, with the participation of the principal producers of chicha and arepa, since they are the principal products of the region. Holiday of the Virgin of Carmen, promoted by the carriers of the municipality. This holiday possesses the participation of the whole community ramiricense and some tourists of nearby peoples. It is realized in July. Holy Week. It is celebrated by concentration and great devotion the Via Crucis to the high place of the cross, where the master of the alabastrus is venerated and holy scene. The visit to the gentleman is the monument, the lavatory of the feet, the sermon of 7 words, the retreat of classic religious music to our gentleman and to painful. Of the part of the municipality band, the ceremony of the fire and the procession of the penitents with the different steps of image and the principal activities of this celebration. On Saturday, the public inspectors of the 33 crests in honor to the years of life of Jesus and of a strip of one of the branches of palm used on Sunday of branches there is constructed a crown that onwards a fallout and magic object to us in moments of storm in which they sever to evade. Another tourist very important aspect in this municipality they are his hieroglyphs. In the riberas of the river Huyasia, they find a few enormous stones where a few dozen years old scenes are recorded and hieroglyphs which contrast legend of histories. These inscriptions are in red ink and low reliefs and present rhombuses and sung, frogs warlike animals, spirals and indigenous calendars. There are cables full of mysteries and superstition, the vestige of a great temple with Roman congregation. In this side we will find the major tourist guild that is our Forbes Becate churches. In this not alone place the hieroglyphs are situated written with red ink, but in addition a green stone protected by major other one, in which we find sign carved in low relief. Very curious the equality of figures that is generally represent human face delineated in elementary form. On them there is obvious the ignorance and the human being since the stone and fingers print of having tried to write it in hieroglyphs and to create the new song. It is for this that we them must preserve and educate to the people in order that else they do it And this way we can realize that Ramiriqui is a site that is very enriched for the cultural and historical legacy that is possessed, and it displays that we must not stop visiting sites. They find on bigger supplies of history that is possessed. I show country Colombia.